Hello, you guys. I would say, as normal, I'm super excited for today's video, but today's video is going to be an undertaking, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. It's a little bit different than what I normally do on my channel. We're sitting in front of my window. I was hoping to beat the sun setting a little bit more than I have. It's 3 o'clock though, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like the sun's already setting. We have Stitch's butt back here in the window. He's watching out the window, so ignore that. But I thought I would sit in front of my window just because it's fun to change it up sometimes, and I kind of like the lighting better when I'm sitting in front of the window until it gets dark, of course. Also, I have Friendsgiving to get to in a little bit, and I'm always that friend that's like I'm always the latest. I'm the late friend. I'm the friend that's always strolling in 30 minutes late, and I don't want that to be my journey today. So why I'm sitting down to film this video before heading out, I don't know. But I'm filming my fragrance collection video. You guys asked for this. I did want to post this or want to do a fragrance collection, but then I was like, is anyone even gonna like be interested in this? But I've gotten actually like quite a few requests to film my fragrance collection. I will not be sharing any of my like mini fragrance samples because that would just be too much. I will post a video on the screen of, I converted the top shelf of my book cart. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I converted the top shelf of my book cart temporarily into a display for all of my fragrance, and I did not realize how large my fragrance collection had gotten until I started to put this together. I'm also not the best at describing scents, so that also has me a little bit nervous, but we're gonna give it a go. I also didn't think I was gonna cut up strips of paper, but I'm running late, so I literally have Post-its to spray these fragrances onto. So if you guys are interested in my fragrance collection, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content or just chit-chatting about beauty things, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's get into my fragrance collection. Editing Steph here to admit that I literally just cannot get myself to add the 25 fragrant note profiles with every fragrance that I describe. The video I just finished editing is 52 minutes long, and I just don't have it in me to go search every fragrance and add every fragrance note. So I'm sorry that I'm being lazy, I know. But I still give you my description and what the site says about the brand. I'm just not posting a graphic that has a scent profile. I'm so sorry, I'm so lazy. Okay, I'm not gonna be talking about this, but I wanted to shout this out really quick. I'm really I have something I'm doing. Actually, I'm planning to post this on November 30th. And if that's the case, I will literally be on a flight later tonight to an experience that I'm super excited about. And I want like a scent memory tied to this experience. So I purchased the Commodity Exploration Kit, and this is really cool. So here it is. And this actually has fragrance strips that I can use for today. I forgot about that. How handy. Okay. Goodbye Post-it notes. I haven't gotten around. I've only so far smelled these. But anyway, I did purchase that. I just haven't gotten around to smelling all those. And I wanted to shout out that kit because I thought it was kind of cool. Okay. Where to even begin? I feel like my fragrance collection really got out of control this summer when I felt like I needed to find like my new signature summer scent. And then I also just was like binging Lauren May's channel because I'm super easily influenced, and I just love Lauren May. Like I feel like she is someone who, like, if I was friends with, like, I feel like she's someone who, like, her and I are just like, she's one and the same. Like, we just have the same humor, same personality, and I just find her so relaxing to watch. So, and I trust her opinions. I feel like she's super transparent, super honest, and so I just trust her opinions. So many of these were influenced by Lauren May, and I will say sometimes her and I do not have the same scent preferences, but I still highly rely on her for her reviews, and I just know like everyone is a little bit different in terms of like what they like for their scents. Some I've liked, some I haven't. Okay, let's get into some scents that have been in my collection for a minute. I had a smaller bottle of this, and then I asked my mom for this last Christmas. It's from Jo Malone. It's the Wood Sage and Sea Salt fragrance. Okay, so I literally have my iPad in front of me so I can talk to you guys about like the notes and stuff. This video is gonna be an undertaking. Okay, so this I really love. This is more of like, I feel like I like this one the most in the springtime. This definitely has scent memories of like a time in my life attached to it too. Oh, I love this one. This one actually just makes me so happy. I am someone who likes something a little bit more masculine, something a little bit woody, something a little bit like aromatic, like something that like, I made a joke about this during my Sephora VIB sale, but I'm that girl that's like, I'm outdoorsy and that I like getting drunk on patios. That's literally me. I'm terrified of like, I say I'm terrified of nature. And what I mean by that is I have the world's biggest fear of ticks. So I am afraid to be out in nature because I feel like I'm just gonna get a tick. I have had ticks in my life. Summer camp, I tell ya. But I like the scent of nature. And what I like about this one, shoot, I just had it pulled up. What I like about this one is it's earthy, green, and herbs is the scent type, and the fragrance family is earthy and woody. And I feel like this almost has just like a, almost clean, like uplifting sort of like woody scent to it. So the keynotes in this are amberette. You guys, I probably am not going to be able to pronounce all this stuff either. Amberette, sea salt, and sage. And I feel like I really do get that sea salt with this, and I feel like not everyone likes that about this scent, but I really love that. And I feel like mixed with that, I'm getting a little bit of like woodsy trees. It reminds me of like a springtime walk. I feel like I'm terrible at describing scents, but I can like tell you the sort of scenario that like I'm put in when I spray the fragrance. So I'm a huge fan of this one. Like I said, I had gone through like the 1.7 ounce bottle, and then I asked my mom for that one again. So huge fan of that one. All right, next one, favorite of mine. This is from Giorgio Armani. This is the My Way fragrance, and I purchased this in a travel size when my ex-husband and I went to Florida. And so you'd think like maybe I would not have great scent memories tied to this, but this actually just like makes me so happy. I mentioned this also recently. This brings me back to, we had like stopped at a gas station like before we went to the beach, and it literally just like brings me back to going to the gas station and then just like having like a really fun day at the beach. I feel like this is something that I don't know if I would purchase again, and I feel like this is not going to be for everyone. So it says this is a classic floral. It's a floral family fragrance, and keynotes are orange blossom, tuberose, and vanilla. I don't get like any vanilla with this. I really like the orange blossom in this. Although I will say, I don't know what this reminds me of when I think of, let me spray a piece of paper. I also feel like my nose is not like super, like it can't pick out specific fragrances that well yet. But I do feel like I do get that orange blossom, and that's what I like so much about this. I'm someone who doesn't like anything super sweet or super floral, so I feel like the orange blossom really balances out. Is tuberose has got to be floral, right? Am I making myself sound dumb? I don't get any vanilla from this though. And this is definitely different from like the Jo Malone in that it doesn't have any sort of like woodiness to it, but I do really enjoy this. It's a heavier fragrance in that I feel like it really has a good wear time to it. Sometimes the Jo Malone I feel like I have to reapply throughout the day, but this I put it on in the morning and I still smell myself at night. I've gotten tons of compliments when wearing this, so I'm a big fan of this one. Okay, I'm trying to do all fragrance that I can find at Sephora because I'm clearly searching them. Okay, so we can talk about this one next. This is from Ellis Brooklyn. This is the Sunfruit fragrance. I definitely do want to try more from Ellis Brooklyn as well. I, again, had this in a deluxe size, and then I went on to purchase this in a full size. And it's funny because when I started using this in the deluxe size, I was like not super into it. I was like, ooh, this isn't my favorite. I'm gonna spray a paper again. I don't know why I just keep thinking I don't have to do that. This is floral family, it says, which is interesting. But the scent type is fruity floral, and the keynotes are fresh fig, hand-picked jasmine, vanilla, and planifolia. So this is definitely a lighter fragrance, although I will say I was wearing this a ton last summer and I would still get comments on it of people like complimenting me on this fragrance. It does just bring me back to last summer. I do feel like I get a bit of the vanilla in there mixed with the fig, and for me, it almost has like a bit of a pineapple-y sort of scent to it, but I don't know if that's because it's like a yellow bottle and it's just giving me like pineapple vibes. For me, this is something like I'm thinking, I wore this so much last summer, so it just kind of brings me back to like reading a book on the beach, but I really like this one. It is not the longest wearing I have found, and definitely a little bit lighter. So if you are someone who is like super sensitive to fragrances, this might be one to check out. Yeah, that's my thought on that. I do the fig on the dry down. I feel like the fig really comes through, and I do really like a fig scent, I found. Okay, this is a very new addition to my collection. This is from Boy Smells, and it's the scent Wood Foria. I'm not a huge fan of this bottle. I've said that many times. This is an earthy woody fragrance, so right up my alley. This is something that I purchased specifically because I wanted something similar to my favorite fragrance of all time, which is Replica by the Fireplace. But this is, the scent type on this is warm woods, which I don't feel like I get a ton of warmth from this. The keynotes are coconut water, which I love coconut, fig leaves, and sandalwood. Okay, I'm spraying this one on myself because I plan to wear this tonight. So with this, I find this scent to be pretty aromatic. I feel like I almost get like a spruce tree sort of vibe from this. This reminds me of, I'm from Minnesota, I've said this before about this fragrance. It reminds me of like walking on a walking path up in like Lutsen, Minnesota as the leaves are turning colors. I don't feel like I get any coconut water from this. Like I don't get any of that. I do get a bit of the fig, but for me, I feel like this like literally smells like leaves. Like you literally just, but like in a good way. Like you literally just like raked up leaves and you're like maybe jumping in a pile of leaves. I will also say I don't feel like this is the longest wearing either. There's no sweetness to this at all, which I kind of like. And it does almost have like a bit of, this is definitely a unisex scent. I really, really love this one. Although I will say, still nothing beats my Replica by the Fireside. It does say that there is a burley cedar in this as well. I do feel like I get a lot of that cedar mixed with like the fig leaves. It literally smells like you're taking a hike in the fall time as the leaves are changing. If you are someone that truly likes like an earthy scent, I think you would really enjoy this. I do like this one, and it's been a good addition to my fall winter fragrances. We can just get this one out of the way. Okay, you guys, earlier today I was filming a video talking about this, and I said, I can't ever remember if this is by the fireplace or by the fireside. And then I was like, I think it's by the fireside. It's by the fireplace. We can get this out of the way. This is my favorite scent of all time. It is, the fragrance family on this is warm and spicy. Scent type is warm and sweet gourmands, which I do get that sweetness from this. And then keynotes are clove oil, chestnut accord, and vanilla accord. For me, I've said this so many times, this literally smells like you're sitting by the campfire, you're singing songs, you're just like joyful, you're filled with glee, you're so happy. You're probably doing shots of Fireball whiskey. Maybe you're like roasting a hot dog over the fire, but like you don't smell the hot dog, but like you're so happy, you're telling like campfire stories. And it almost smells like, you know, like day after, like you grab the clothes like you wore to the campfire and you have that like smokiness, like you can smell the smokiness on your clothes, which like sounds gross, but like, at least if you're from Minnesota, I love that scent. That is what this gives, but it gives that sweetness to it too. It almost has like this cinnamon sweetness to it. I'm actually gonna wear this tonight as well, mixed with Wood Foria. Oh my gosh, it literally is just so delicious. This is my second bottle of this. Oh my gosh, I just like, there is something so perfect about the sweetness mixed with the woody smokiness, something literally so perfect about it. Because I feel like it smells like you were just like out getting your hands dirty, but then like there's a sweetness to it that makes you smell like you're like this like sweet, clean, beautiful thing. That's what I get from this. Okay, let's move into my Kayali fragrances. So I do have a deluxe size of the Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. I love patchouli, you guys. So I thought I was going to absolutely love this fragrance, but this is when I learned that there is a very fine line between like too heavy, too sweet. Sometimes gourmands just do not work for me, and I feel like this is a great example of that. I feel like I like vanilla, but like a very light vanilla in my fragrance. Like too much vanilla can really go the wrong way for me. So this is from the warm and spicy family. The scent type is warm and sweet gourmands, very similar to Replica by the Fireside. Like they're part of the same scent family. The key notes in this are golden rum, vanilla, Sur Absolute, and sugared patchouli. Must be the sugared patchouli. Like, I don't need my patchouli sugar. Like, I want it musky. I will say this has grown on me over time, but there is just something that I do not enjoy about this. I think it's just too sugared. Like, I do not like the mixture of like the sweet with the patchouli. I do get a little bit of the vanilla absolute. Like I feel like on deep dry down, I definitely prefer this scent more than like when I originally like spray this. But I also feel like I'll spray this and then I think I like it. And then there's almost like this like kick on the back end that like I really do not like. And overall this just like did not work for me. I almost gave this up though, and I will say I do think I can get through this. Kayali scents are also, for the most part, from what I've tried, they're very heavy. They are so long lasting, and sometimes that can be a little bit nauseating. So that could be part of it. Speaking of Kayali, I have the Sweet Diamond Pepper, and I made the mistake of literally blind buying the large size of this. This is from the floral family. It's warm florals, which I do not think a warm floral is something that I would ever blind buy again, because again, I don't really like florals, and sometimes warm things, like I'm more of a cold-hearted type of a gal. So the key notes in this are pink pepper, Bulgarian rose, and sandalwood. I feel like sandalwood sometimes can really go one of two ways for me too. Like I really like it sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, But it is oh my gosh, there's just way too much rose in this. Like, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. This is something that I almost decided to sell, but I did decide to keep it because I will say again, on deep dry down, this isn't as bad. Now I'm like smelling it, I'm like, okay, it is growing on me. Maybe I just like, and this is why I don't always like to get rid of fragrances right away. And Lauren has also said this. She's like, you know, as your nose matures and changes, like fragrances you didn't used to like, you maybe come around to. I am coming around to this a bit, but I think I could have done with a little less rose. It's the rose for me that's just coming through a little bit strong, and I don't love that. If you like a rose scent, you might really like that. I figured I would really like a pink pepper scent. I can't remember what, oh, I know. I think it's Pink Canyon from Skylar, which we'll talk about. I believe that has a pink pepper note, and I love Pink Canyon. So I was like, perfect, like this is gonna be great for me. Not so much. And then most recently I picked up 2 of the fragrances from the Oudgasm line. So I picked up Tobacco Oud and Cafe Oud. And I just don't know if maybe Kayali is just not gonna be my tip-top fragrance, like, brand, but the Tobacco and Oud is from the warm and spicy family, and the scent type is woody spices, so I thought that would be right up my alley. Keynotes are white honey, tobacco, and oud. And for this, I just feel like with this one, so on first sniff I really like this, but on the deep dry down of this, actually now I'm like on first sniff, it's like I like the tobacco, but then I think it's the mixture of the white honey. Like, it adds a sweetness to the tobacco that I'm like, why couldn't we have just gone like completely smoky, or even like, I don't know, like not the white honey. It's the white honey for me that I'm really picking up, that like I feel like almost adds a sourness to the tobacco that I wish we would have gone like full tobacco oud smoky, like something, like add leaves. Give me the leaves. I like the leaves. So I don't love this. If there was not the white honey in this, I feel like I would be absolutely in love, because I like a smoky, more masculine scent. This definitely is more masculine, but the white honey is adding a sweetness. It's It's almost adding like a sour sweetness that I just do not enjoy. Okay, so then we have the last Kayali fragrance I have to talk to you about is the Caf Oud. And so this is warm and spicy fragrance family. I feel like I should scoot over so I can like post over here the like scent notes and stuff. Some warm and sweet gourmands. And the keynotes are cappuccino, rose, damascena, and oud. On first spray of this, I absolutely hate this, and it's because that rose is like just hitting my nose right away, and I don't like a rose. And this is another one where I'm like, I wish we could switch the rose out with something else. I will say, as this dries down, I actually really do enjoy this. This though, I don't feel like has good longevity. Unlike every other Kayali fragrance I've tried, I just do not feel like this has the longevity. I will say I've gotten compliments on this while wearing this, but I wish we could trade the rose out for something else. It's like, I feel like there's always like one thing with these Kayali fragrances that I'm like, oh, I would love to trade that out for just something. I could do without the rose, but I'm not a floral person, so that's probably why. Okay, you guys, it's 3:30, and like I do not want to be that late friend. I might talk about a couple more, but then I might literally film the second half of this tomorrow and be wearing something totally different. Would that be okay with you? Even if it's not, that's probably what's gonna happen. Otherwise, I feel like I'm literally gonna be filming until the time that I'm supposed to show up. We can talk about this one before I go though. Okay, so this is from Sol de Janeiro. This is the Tropical Nights Body Mist. This was limited edition last summer, and the notes in this are creamy tonka bean and vanilla absolute. This I really like. I'm gonna spray a little bit just on my wrist. I definitely smell the vanilla in this. And so this came out with the summer line, and I guess it is Tropical Nights, but I actually feel like this definitely gives me more fall winter vibes. I definitely do get that like kind of boozy note with the vanilla absolute. It kind of almost has like a booziness to it, but I love the mixture of the tonka bean and vanilla, and this is like vanilla done right in my opinion. Oh, it smells so good, but it definitely does have almost like a heavier like fall night sort of feeling to it, and I really enjoy this one. I know you can't get this anymore, but I'm working my way through this one. I have about half of that left. Okay, let's talk about the other Jo Malone fragrance that I have. I picked this up last spring Sephora VIB sale. First of all, I absolutely love the bottle of this. What I love about fragrance is just I feel like there's like such an expression and such like an art form to some of the bottles. Like some fragrance bottles are just so beautiful, and just like beautiful display pieces. But last spring, summertime, I was also kind of wanting to find like a signature scent, and I thought that this was just such a beautiful bottle. I liked the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt, so I decided to give this a try. So the notes in this are mandarin, sea daffodil, and vanilla. And this one did not turn into a favorite for me, but I will say it kind of like, it brings me back to last spring, summer, and I will say I had a rough time last spring, summer, but it also is like bringing a bit of like fond memories to it as well. I do get the vanilla with this, and it is definitely a lighter fragrance. It's not something that I absolutely hate, but it's not necessarily what I was expecting. I will say I don't feel like I realized at the times that like floral fragrances just like really were not my thing. And I do get some of that mandarin from here too, and sea daffodil. Like I feel like I get all three, but it just doesn't, the execution is just not my absolute favorite. I think it's the sea daffodil that comes through that I'm like, ugh, I just don't think I love that. So for me, like, I'm really happy, where is it? I'm really happy that I have this because I think the bottle is so beautiful. I did talk myself out of the Jo Malone release this spring, summer that had similar, I was like, girl, these are expensive. Like nothing was really, I actually went in and smelled them in Sephora because I was like, I don't want to like blind buy again and then like not fall in love with the fragrance. And I went and I smelled everything, and there wasn't anything that like I absolutely loved. So then I was trying to convince myself to just get the one like I liked the most. And then I was like, no girl, like these are expensive. Like get something you like or keep trying. So I'm happy to have this though, because I think it's, I just really like the bottle and the packaging. And like I said, like I wore it a ton. Like you can see I have like a pretty decent dent going in that, but it's not like if I was like going out on like a date or something, it's definitely not what I would wear. It's not like my signature scent, you know? Okay, you guys, I have been filming for 28 minutes. I've talked about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 fragrances. We're not even halfway through. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 still more to talk about. So I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I'm gonna not be the late friend, and then tomorrow we'll talk about the rest. Okay, you guys, we are back day 2. I'm actually going to a Wild hockey game later tonight, but they play the Dallas Stars, and I'm trying to manifest things with my Dallas hoodie. But both Wild and Dallas have like green for their colors, so we're tying it together with the eyeshadow. I need some lip gloss. Okay, the Vikings are currently playing, and normally I would not film while we're playing, but it's finally fun to be a Vikings fan again, and we are leading, like we're winning by like a significant amount, so I have the TV on mute. But like I feel like we're gonna win, knock on wood. So if you notice me like staring off here, it's because I'm like semi-watching the Vikings game. Okay, where did we leave off yesterday? Should we go into... Oh gosh, maybe we can go into this one next. So this is from Pacifica. This is the Dream Moon fragrance. And the notes in this are patchouli, sandalwood, and pink rose. I again thought I was really gonna like this because I do really like sandalwood. I love patchouli. I do really like patchouli, and I thought the pink rose, maybe I was thinking more like pink pepper, but I was like, I'll probably like that. And then I feel like I really like sandalwood, but I will say, oh, I don't want to spray this on here. Okay, so I will say about this, this smells almost identical, in my opinion, to Ariana Cloud. And that is just not my favorite fragrance. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the sandalwood. Again, I feel like my nose is just starting to like learn what specific things that it picks up on are. And I think it might be the sandalwood. And there's just something that just does not hit right. It's almost like too sweet, but I cannot like put my finger on what exactly I dislike about this. And by dislike, I mean, it's just, I really don't enjoy it too much. It's not so dislikable that I feel like I can't wear it, because I have been trying to work on this, but I feel like there's just times where like this just kind of makes me feel nauseated. Like I just don't love it. And I'm not a huge fan of Ariana Cloud. I know, I'm in the minority there. Another fragrance that I at first thought smelled super similar to Cloud, and I still think it is pretty similar, but I like this one significantly better. It's from Dime, and it's the 7 Summers fragrance. Okay, I picked this up like spring leading into summer, because again, I was like on the hunt for my perfect summer fragrance, and I thought this would be perfect, probably because it says 7 Summers. But the notes on this are bergamot zest, juicy pear, lavender blossom on the top. In the middle, it's a vanilla orchid, whipped cream, and a sweet coconut. And then on the bottom, it's blonde woods, ambrox, and fluffy musk. I love a musk. I love lavender. I love a coconut. So I was like, this is going to be perfect. The fragrance family on this is a woody gourmand. So I was like, okay, I love woody. It must be gourmand scents that like just are not my thing. Like, I feel like there's just something about gourmands that like I don't love. I will say the pear definitely comes out in this more than, well, I don't even know if there's a pear note in the one from Pacifica, but I feel like it's the pear that really saves this for me. Plus, I really do enjoy mixing this with fragrance. Like, I like to use this as a mixing fragrance. You can tell, like, I have a pretty good dent in this. The first few times I used this, I was like, this smells way too much like Cloud. I can't get behind this. But the more I used it, the more I was really picking up on that pear and really did enjoy it. I don't get like any of the coconut from this. I do feel like I get the bergamot zest, which I also really like. And then maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's like I'm like reading over. I don't feel like this is woody at all. Like, I don't get any woodiness from this. I love a woody, and I don't pick up on that at all. It's almost like a little bit too sweet, more sweet than I like. Again, clearly I just don't really like a gourmand. But I like this enough that I got a significant chunk used out of that this summer. Okay, this next one, the Giorgio Armani Aqua Deoria. This was on sale during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. Again, it was like right around the time that I was like, I need to find my signature fragrance. I was literally binging fragrances at this point. So I decided to pick this up because I felt like it was such a good deal. The fragrance family on this is Fresh Citrus Aquatic. And I was like, okay, I do like a fresh scent. Like that is something that I can definitely get behind. I also do really like the packaging on this. I thought it was really cute. And again, it was a really good price. Keynotes on this are jasmine, lemon, and cedar. And I really do pick up on the lemon and cedar. And I personally really like this. It definitely has more of like a unisex vibe to it. Almost masculine. But it is really just so fresh and bright and clean. And I really enjoy this one. I feel like I did not wear this one enough this summer. Like this one kind of just sat there. There's another one from, is it from Armani as well? Nope, it's from Dolce & Gabbana that I was using over this one. But I'm actually really excited to pull this one out again in the springtime because, ooh, I really like that one. Especially if you like something fresh, bright, and citrusy. Okay, this next one, you guys, again, came out around the time that I was like, I'm still on the hunt for my signature summer scent. And I felt like this bottle was so beautiful. So I went into Ulta and I was like, I really hope that I enjoy this scent. It's Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Summer Vibes. I believe they release like a summer fragrance every year. And this, I feel like you're either gonna love it or hate it. So the fragrance family on this was woody, aromatic, watery. And I was like, sold. I love me some woody fragrances. I love an aromatic scent. Like I am sold. And the moment I sniffed this, I was like, yes. It definitely is more masculine. I feel like this like almost comes off more masculine than feminine, but definitely like a unisex sort of scent. The keynotes on this are Sicilian lemon, which is fresh and energizing, cypress, which is aromatic and elegant, and then amberwood, which is warm and sensual. Oh my gosh, I have a hair like right here. I was gonna say, I do kind of get that amberwood, and it does almost have a warmth to it. But overall, like on the top, it's very bright and light and citrusy with that lemon. And then, like, would you say in the back? Like, oh my gosh, but then you do get hit with this like woodiness that just, oh, it's so delicious. And I love this so much. My fragrance combo this summer was mixing this with Juliet Has a Gun Sunny Side Up, which we'll get into, as well as the Clean Reserve Skin Scent. I loved mixing the three of these. They just, I loved that pairing, and I actually got so many compliments on it. So we can talk about Juliet Sunny Side Up next. I will say this is a very interesting fragrance, and I do not think that this is going to be for everybody. Okay, so the scent type of this one is warm and spicy. The scent type is cool spices, or sorry, the fragrance family is warm and spicy, scent type cool spices, and the keynotes with this are sandalwood and musk, which I love a musky scent, so I was like, I'm sold. Plus, Lauren May Beauty definitely influenced this purchase. This has Isui Super in it, which I don't even really know what that is, but I know Lauren May has talked about it. And I definitely get the sandalwood and it's like a perfect combination of sandalwood and musk, but there's a lot of people who feel like this does not sit well on their skin. It does not mix well with their pH balance. And I definitely feel like on its own, I wouldn't like this on its own, but I really like mixing it with like a fresh skin scent to kind of balance out that muskiness a little bit. And then again, I really liked pairing it with the Dolce & Gabbana fragrance because it adds that little like lemon zest to it. And I just loved that pairing. But I definitely think like you need to get your nose on Sunny Side Up. This is definitely not a blind buy just because I do not feel like this is going to be for everyone. But I really like this as a mixing fragrance. So I'm really happy with this one. And that brings me to Clean Reserve, the Skin Scent. I feel like this is a fan favorite. This is the Warm and Spicy fragrance family. Scent type is warm and sheer. And then the keynotes are fresh musk, copaiba oil, and salted praline. So when I read those scent notes, I was like, what even is this? And then the first time that I smelled this, I instantly like fell in love. It literally, like in my mind, like the best way I can describe it now is just like clean skin. But like I feel like you need to smell it to like know. It literally smells like almost like a clean, like maybe you used something slightly floral but like not too floral as like your bath soap, but like you're literally the cleanest you've ever been in your life. There definitely is like a clean muskiness to it, and I literally don't know how to describe this. All I can say is I literally mix this with everything. I love this scent so much. I think it is so freaking good. It says the family's floral musk, if I didn't already say. It's just so good. Like definitely one of my tip top favorite scents in my entire collection. I wear this I feel like I can wear this all year round. I feel like this is a unisex fragrance. It's so good. It literally mixes with everything, and I love this so much. Okay, you guys, next up I have this super cute little bottle. This was a set, like there was a set where you got this, as well as, I thought I had it here. This isn't for this one, but like a little travel size of this as well. This is in the scent Fame. It's such a cute little bottle, and this fragrance family is floral. Top notes are sensual incense, middle is a succulent mango, and base is a bright jasmine. So this is definitely something that's like a little bit deeper, definitely not like a daytime fragrance in my opinion, which is kind of what I was looking for, like those summertime nights, you know what I mean? So I felt like I was really onto something when I first smelled this, and I will say I didn't get enough use out of it this summer. I definitely do get that incense right away mixed with some of that mango in the middle. That's like what really comes through for me. I don't know if I know what jasmine smells like. I feel like I would have to smell it on my own to like be like, oh yeah, that's jasmine. But I really do get that incense and the mango, and I feel like it is such a beautiful combination. But I definitely feel like this is something that I see myself, I feel like maybe you could wear this for like like happy hour on a patio. I don't know, it's giving me more like date night vibes rather than like daytime, which is totally fine. I didn't go on any dates this summer, so. Ooh, but I'm like disappointing myself for barely reaching for this, but I still have the whole bottle here to use. If you like a mango scent, I feel like you would really like this. Or if you like incense, I feel like incense, it's like really hit or miss. Like you either like an incensey sort of scent, or like you're really like turned off to it. I personally really like an incense sort of scent, so I do enjoy that. It's definitely not like my tippity top fave in my collection, but I like it. Okay, then I have Viktor & Rolf's Good Fortune, and I smelled this in a deluxe size like last holiday, and I liked it, but I was like, oh, I don't need this. And then there was like a fragrance set at Macy's over the holiday, and I was like, oh, I should buy this. And then I bought it in a full size, and I feel like it's just not gonna be my signature scent. Like it's just not necessarily my go-to. So it's what am I saying? The fragrance family is floral, and I feel like that's where it gets me. Like I just am not a floral type of a gal. I'm just not. And it kind of reminds me of Armani My Way, but I like Armani My Way just a little bit more, but they're very, very similar. So like I probably don't need both. The keynotes in this the top notes are fennel and gentian, middle jasmine, and then base is bourbon vanilla. I don't feel like I get, I feel like now I know what jasmine smells like, and I'm really getting the jasmine, but I don't feel like I'm getting any sort of like vanilla off of this. It just smells very, very floral, and I haven't used this a ton. It's definitely a heavier fragrance as well, something like more suited to the evening time. I don't think this is gonna be an absolute favorite of mine, but I do own this. Okay, this next one was definitely influenced by Lauren May. And not because she said this was a favorite, but she described the Dolce & Gabbana scent as being somewhat sunscreeny, and I really like a sunscreeny sort of scent, or something like coconut, because I feel like it just really gives off the summer feels to me, and I was just on the hunt for my perfect summer fragrance. So I was like, this will be perfect. So the fragrance family on this is floral. Scent type is warm and spicy gourmand. So floral and gourmands, I'm already alarmed. But the keynotes in this are mandarin, magnolia accord, and neroli, as well as coconut essence and ylang-ylang, and then absolute vanilla, almond milk accord, and sandalwood accord. So while I don't strongly dislike this, I'm seeing what's going on in the Vikings game. Okay, well, I don't strongly dislike this. It definitely gives off more spring than summer to me. I do get a bit of that like sunscreeny sort of scent because it's almost like a chemical sort of coconut. Like it's kind of giving chemical coconut vibes, which isn't a favorite necessarily, but it is giving like floral as well. I don't get any of the vanilla absolute or the almond milk. Like I'm not really, maybe I'm picking up a little bit on the almond milk. And some of these I'm like, I just feel like my nose isn't like, it doesn't know enough about scents to pick up on absolutely everything, but I'm mostly getting a floral, which maybe that's the, there's like a frangipani floral accord. Maybe it's that, or then is a neroli a flower? I should know this. And then I'm getting like a coconutty almond milk chemically sort of scent. This is definitely not something I would purchase again, but it kind of does. I would literally put this on for every walk that I took in the spring, so it's kind of bringing me back to just springtime walks, and that kind of makes me happy. So eventually I'll get through this. Like I feel like I have a decent dent in that for only having it since the springtime. So I mean, it's not a favorite. I wouldn't buy it again, but I don't hate it. Okay, you guys. What ended up being my favorite scent this summer, but I wouldn't say it's like my signature summer scent, but it definitely has scent memories tied to the summer now for me. It's Vacation. And this is the signature scent of the world famous Vacation Sunscreen Company, as featured in their SPF 30 Classic Lotion. So the fragrance family on this is fresh, and the top notes are petit grain essence, coconut water, coconut milk. Heart notes are bergamot, solar musk, and banana, as well as pineapple. And then the base notes are pool water, swimsuit lycra, and sea salt. Okay, that's a lot. I feel like what I get from this is just bringing me back to like happy summer memories mostly. I will say the first few times I smelled this, I was like, ooh, this is too chemically for me. Did the Vikings score? No. Too chemically for me. I don't love it. But then I like really started to come around to this. I would literally put this on for any summer activity that I was doing. It's really bringing me back to like going to Okoboji, Iowa with my mom, sister, and daughter. I definitely get the banana in this, and I personally love a banana. I definitely get the banana mixed with some coconut. What else is in there? Like this swimsuit lycra, I'm like, what even is that? Or the pool water, I'm like, really? But the coconut water, coconut milk, solar musk, I'm like, I feel like I'm getting a little solar musk, but I definitely get the banana, and I absolutely love this. I don't know if you can tell, I have this much left in this, so I will definitely be ordering another one of these next summer. I freaking love this. It is definitely a favorite, more like daytime summer activity sort of scent, but I fell in love with this summer. Okay, this is a new purchase, again influenced by Lauren May. It's the Vanilla Bourbon fragrance from Mix Bar at Target. You can literally get this for $19.99, and I really, really love this. I definitely pick up on, it's kind of like a very simple fragrance, but I definitely pick up both the vanilla as well as the bourbon. It says the keynotes are bergamot, jasmine, apple blossom, Madagascar vanilla bean, and sandalwood. So I'm like, where's the boozy notes? But it does smell boozy. It almost has like a mapley sort of scent to it as well. I don't know that I'm getting like the apple blossom. I get a lot of vanilla, but like in the best way. It's not too sweet, which I can be super sensitive to vanilla. And just for something like a simple vanilla fragrance for day to day, I have been absolutely loving this. And for $19.99, I feel like you truly cannot beat the price. I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but I've only had this maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month, and I feel like I've made a decent dent in this already. So I really enjoyed this one. Okay, I had to switch out my camera battery, so if I moved slightly, that's why. We are down to our last 7 fragrances. I have 3 more here that you can get at Target, and each of these I believe are $27.99. These are all from the Finery line. So again, I saw Lauren May talk about these, and because they were less expensive, I definitely wanted to give them a try, just as I was trying to, oh my gosh, could my ponytail be even? Just as I was trying to like experiment, find my summer scent. So I have Finery's Not Another Cherry, and I've been really interested in a cherry scent because there's that popular one from Tom Ford and I feel like I've heard nothing but good things. So I was like, I'm gonna give this one a try. So the scent experience is supposed to be the last decadent bite of an amaretto soaked cherry, and it smells like wild cherry, Turkish rose, and almond amaretto. I will say this is definitely giving heavy cherry, like a heavy cherryness to it. But I definitely get a lot of that amaretto too, and I really like this. You definitely have to be into like you're gonna smell a bit cherry, so you have to be into that, but I really like this. This is definitely giving more nighttime vibes, but I will say I do feel like these finery fragrances last longer than I would expect as well. I feel like they have a good like 6 to 8 hours depending on which one specifically, and I have really enjoyed this. This is definitely giving more like date nighttime sort of vibes, definitely something a little bit sexier, but I really enjoyed that one. For the summer, I wanted to pick up Foria, and Lauren May did not have great things to say about this, but for the summer, like, I really like this. I will say I prefer the vacation scent, and I get where Lauren was going with this. I think she was talking like it smells like barf. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. I don't get that, but for the experience of the Foria, it says a warmly kissed by the golden sun, and like that is truly the experience I feel like you're getting with this. It smells like Manoi blossom. Could you read, Steph? Manoi blossom, orange flower, and amber wood. With this, it literally just smells to me like a warm summer day. Like it almost smells like you have a ton of sunscreen on, like a lotion sunscreen, not say spray sunscreen, and you're like sweating it off, but like in the best way, like just like a jolly, happy, good old time in the summer. That is what this smells like. I feel like I'm getting, I don't know what Manoi blossom is, but I don't know if I'm getting a ton of the orange, maybe a bit of amber, but it's not like too woody. It literally just smells like the summer to me. I really like this one. I don't think it smells like barf, but maybe get your nose on this before pursuing it. Okay, and then the last one that I picked up from Finery is the Magnetic Candy, and this is definitely the one that has the largest dent for me. So the scent experience with this is a nostalgic escape into a neon candy fantasy. Oh, this brings me, like, this just makes me so happy. This reminds me of the beginning of my fragrance journey, and this just puts a smile on my face. Like, this brings me back to like April of this year and just like happy memories. So this smells like sugared violet, pink pomelo, and cotton candy. I don't even know what I'm getting from this. Maybe the sugared violet? It smells definitely like sweet like candy, but I'm someone who's like super sensitive to sweet, and I don't love something super sweet, but I really love this. Maybe I'm getting a bit of cotton candy too. It just smells like happiness to me. I do feel like not everyone's gonna love this one, just because it definitely has like a candied scent to it, but I really like it. I really have enjoyed that one. Definitely more of like a daytime fragrance to me, but I really like it. Okay, and then we're gonna wrap it up with my Skylar Beauty fragrances. I have 4 of them. So I have Vanilla Sky here, and I've made quite the dent in Vanilla Sky. So Vanilla Sky's top notes are bergamot zest, sweet orange, and cappuccino. Middle notes, pure vanilla, jasmine, grandiflorum, cinnamon bark. And then the base notes, caramelized cedar, sheer amber, and sandalwood. Woo, that's a lot. This, I definitely feel like I get some of the caramelized cedar in the base, and maybe actually a little bit of that cappuccino, obviously with the vanilla. It's definitely a very vanilla forward fragrance in my opinion. But I do, now that I know that there's cappuccino in that, I'm like, okay, I do smell the cappuccino coming through. I don't feel like I get any of the cinnamon bark or the sweet orange, but this is such a beautiful fragrance, especially for the fall time, fall/winter. I should pull this back out and try and get more use out of it, but clearly I like it because I've used like half my bottle. Another one that I clearly like so much from Skylar Beauty is the Pink Canyon fragrance. And this one, the top notes are dewy lemon, grapefruit, and sage leaves. Middle notes of magnolia, lily of the valley, and then tire petals. I don't know how to read. And then base notes of sheer amber, pink salt, and cedar musk. I just realized I should have scooted over so I could more easily like post the notes. Oh well, if it's covering my face though, this video, who cares? This is definitely a very clean scent to me, like giving very, very clean vibes. I feel like I'm definitely getting a bit of musk, a bit of the amber. I feel like I'm like shoving this up my nose. I definitely do, it definitely has like a floral scent to it, but like very clean. And but also still kind of floral. I definitely was more into this when I did not have a huge fragrance collection, but I would love to finish this off. If you like a clean, more fresh, citrusy scent, I think you would really enjoy this one. All right, you guys, then we have Honeysuckle Dream, and I feel like I've gone back and forth on Honeysuckle Dream a lot. Longevity with Skylar fragrances is not the best in my opinion, and I feel like it's the worst with Honeysuckle Dream. I just don't get a good wear time with it, but it does just smell so nice off of like, you know, your first hour or so. So top notes in this are bergamot, sparkling cassis, and pear leaves. Middle notes of honeysuckle, lily, orange flower water, and then base notes of cashmere wood, sandalwood, and sheer amber. I feel like I really just get a very bright, fresh, almost like clean citrus off of this as well. I feel like I can definitely smell the honeysuckle in this. Also a bit of that orange, more of the orange than the pear leaves in my opinion personally. And I do feel like I am getting a bit of that bergamot as well as probably the sparkling cassis. Not that I really know what that is, but I feel like I'm getting that fresh sparkling sensation. It's a very clean fragrance, not the most long lasting, but it is a very pleasant scent. And then finally, you guys, my final fragrance to talk to you guys about is Isle Escape from Skylar as well. So Isle Escape, top notes, bergamot, orange mist, and fresh quince. Middle notes of cardamom, peony, caress, and ginger root. And then base notes of sandalwood, subtle musk, and golden amber. I've used a decent amount of Isle Escape as well. Isle Escape also does not have a good wear time. Oh, but this just smells literally like you're sitting, maybe like you're sitting back like on like the patio or like outdoor, like you're at a beach house, dinner's cooking inside, but you're sitting outside at the table just like reading, and it's like you can almost just smell a bit of like the ocean breeze and like the sun is setting in the background. It's like bringing me that exact vibe, like maybe like dolphins, or like I was gonna say flipping through the water and you can see them, but it's like just giving like very light ocean breeze. And it's so clean and so fresh and just not heavy. I really, really enjoy this one as well. Oh my gosh, like really, really enjoy this one. More than I remember. Oh, this is coming with me on my next Isle Escape. Okay, you guys, my throat hurts. And I'm happy to report that the Vikings are still beating the Saints by a very significant amount. Yeehaw! Again, it's fun to be a Vikings fan again. I say that this week, but who knows how I'll feel next week. That is going to wrap it up for today's fragrance collection. Those are all the full-size fragrances that I currently own in my collection. I would love to know, truly love to know, what is your favorite fragrance down below. Maybe what is your favorite fragrance family, and if you have something similar to Replica by the Fireplace, let a girl know, because I just want to smell everything that smells similar to that. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.